And we're back. So, with this devil card coming out in this position with the Five of Cups, the greatest ally of anything that restricts you is ignorance or knowledge. Okay. So now you know where the sorrow, pains, and regrets are coming from. You've always known. You've always known where these sorrow, pains, and regrets have been projected from. Okay. You could always feel it in your gut. But in the near future, you're going to sense where that a lot more about what this is. Because I feel like you are definitely stepping into purpose, fully stepping into purpose. Okay? Not one foot in, one foot out, fully stepping into purpose. So, because the King of Wands is here, as well as in your immediate future. And the King of Wands has a spirit of leadership, a giver of wisdom. And then we have the Three of Cups. And we're clarifying the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. With the Moon card here. Okay. I feel like this is a part of you, shadow self, that you were in denial about for some time here. And your perspective or what it is that you're able to see. And now you're reuniting with what it is that you're able to see here. May 3rd could be significant. So you're getting the vision of the God within you to show you what's going on, which also brings in good news, great news with this Page of Wands. The moment something is put to rest. It's like someone didn't realize trying, which was an insult to doing, to get one over on you or to be seen as someone that has a greater ability than you. Competition was never part of your soul's mission. Yeah. Now you got the Ten of Pentacles here. And now you're being gifted with divine partnership that is being blissed and covered and protected by the ancestors. For some of you, I also get that this is a moment where if you're in a partnership, as far as love is concerned, you're going to be meeting their family. Or if you're just stepping into a partnership, it's going to move into that phase. I don't want to say quickly or all of a sudden, because it's not that, it's all of a sudden. This is something that has already been destined and fated for you. Okay? Welcome, Alana. All love ever evolving, yes. King of Swords. Speaking of what you know now, you know what's for you, what's not. Yeah, I'm telling you. Ten of Cups. And then the High Priestess is back in this same position now, which has to do with You being able to see beyond the veil, seeing things from a different perspective by embracing the shadow self. This is basically the alignment of the dark and the light, and realizing that you're both, because you got the sun and the moon within you also. You know what I'm saying? So wow. It like the way it was going through this wave of, from the moment you stepped into this world, you had so much joy, so much to look forward to. Life began, the sorrows came with it. You know what I'm saying? The betrayal came thereafter that led to the sorrows, the pains and regrets. But then you also come to a point where you no longer regret it because there's a reason why it happened. And the reason was to show you where it stems from. Because until that occurred, you will continue to do things and not realizing that whatever can keep you at a state of good and not stepping into your greatness will always be around. So when you think you're doing great, you're still actually doing the bare minimum when you're destined for way more. So now when you go through these cycles 717 and you're able, you know, to gain the wisdom from the challenges here, okay? And truly step into your authority and get around those who truly celebrate the wisdom and the knowledge that you have, because some of you were born into families that really can't stand you for being so high vibrational, but you're high vibrational because you overstand the balance between the dark and the light. You only notice that it's dark when the light comes through. Wow. The ally of restriction that doesn't strengthen you is ignorance. In hopes and fears, we have the judgment card. But there's no reason to fear a decision that has to be made, especially in the age of judgment. You're going to be surrounded by the energies to assist you to take this step, to make this decision, to take the action. But it's also important for you to be more aware of when you're recognizing when you're not yourself, because that is a clear indication that there is an energy of someone else's shadow that's being projected onto you. Okay? So the more you invest yourself in meditation and self-love, the smoother it's going to be for you to see things for what it is and put things in its place without you having to say much or anything at all. I have one more. Ten of Pentacles. You got this card 3 times already within this reading. So you're about to build with whom you could build with. But first you had to see who you're not supposed to build with. And this whole time you thought this is who you were going to build with. But in reality, they were just feeding off of your energy. And you notice this, the more drained you've become around certain locations, certain people, or eating certain foods. And that's another thing too. Because you may have people within your family that say, oh, This dis-ease is there because it's genetic. It's not genetic. It's not genetic. What is genetic is the same foods that one could be consuming that's creating the same effect because of a culture. I get it. Embrace where you're from, embrace what you love to do. But at the same time, be mindful of what it is that you're embracing and make sure it works for you. So feed your blood the nutrients that allows it, to flow effortlessly. Some of you are fearful of making a decision when it comes to family, but you're being asked to move forward here with this Queen of Swords. You've grown enough. It's important for you to do so because this is where you'll be able to now balance yourself and even balance out the situation that you were, fearful of taking this stance because you didn't want to be looked at a certain way. Guess what? That's only a phase. That's not, permanent. The way people are going to see you, because they have two options. They can sit in that energy of hatred, jealousy, or envy, or they can ask you, how did you do it? But it would definitely have to take, some maturity to now ask you, after they were more than likely the same energies that weren't supporting you, damn near kicked you while you were already down, or people who you may have assisted, when they were going through something just as similar as you. But when you went through it after assisting them, they were nowhere to be found. So much so that they may have even spoken to you in a way where you deserve it. It's like, okay, so what? Who was that person that I've actually assisted that was going through the same thing? This is how you know who around you is jealous or envious of you. Which all that means is that they're connected to that particular spirit. And as you're doing your meditations and reconnecting with the wholeness of you, you're now able to balance out all 6 different axes: Aries to Libra, um, Taurus to Scorpio, Gemini, Sag, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Pisces. You carry all those energies within you. And this is where the age of knowing also comes into play, where people better start knowing all 12 of them signs and the energies that it come with. Look what you think is taboo. Because the same energies or people that dominate this world use it. So as far as the angels and ancestors and your guidance here when it comes to this hopes and fears, the star ancestor came out in reverse, following the voice of your soul. So I'm getting connect with your emotions. The angels and ancestors are telling you to connect with your emotions. So now you'll be able to have access to the key to the door that allows you to connect and follow the voice of your soul. Because you know you're in darkness when you notice that there's light. For some of you, you didn't realize how far you were away from your true essence until someone that you can truly connect and relate to ask you certain questions. And I feel like it's only certain people that can ask you certain. It's like being able to communicate with somebody where you can just be yourself. And in that moment is where you realize how far you've come. Because you're not telling them, they're asking you. or telling you, not in the sense of allowing or having someone validate you. No, that's not what I'm talking about. It's just more so someone's they see you, especially after a period of time where you haven't been seen. And when I mean seen, I'm talking about this heart space. Stand your ground. When you're connecting to these emotions, it's going to be important for you to stand your ground. And in standing your ground is allowing yourself to release, whether that be through dancing, through boxing, or breaking something, or, shedding the tears to remove the toxins out of the body. Make sure you're drinking your water. Embrace the energy of peace. Stand your ground and embrace the energy of peace. And honor what it is that you are getting to know, the inner knowing, which also connects to the King of Wands energy as well, which is in your immediate future, which is what's happening next. So the opportunity is presenting itself for you to harness your mystic power, the power of your own story, through the energy, the emotions that flow through you. At the basis of it all, know that even if in your physical condition or circumstances you feel alone, you're not. Your guardian angels are surrounding you. That's why this opportunity presented itself. For you to see where there has been a lack of balance here, especially in moments where you're receiving great news that's going to help you to move forward. There's no more time to be sitting here expressing to people, all this amazing things that's happening for you. And it's like when people express great news about themselves to you, you are celebrating it. You might even throw them a party. But what I'm speaking of here in terms of what you have to make a decision on, okay, and stand your ground, is those who you express this amazing great news that you have when you didn't even have to, and you realize it then, because they're like, oh, okay, congratulations. And then it's a whole conversation about them that got something to do with some fucking drama. Be mindful of that. What's the outcome here? Split the deck, we got the Sun card. Let's do it. Let's do it. What's the outcome here? What's the outcome? Okay. What's the outcome? Oh, some of you just got to do with a King of Cups. You're going to find out it's a King of Cups. It's a low vibrational water sign. And they're rushing in. Show me this energy. It's going to be clear as day who this is. I'm telling you now. Either they got something to do with feelings, or this is a low vibrational water sign, or someone who is not family oriented, or they always want somebody to do something for them, but when it's not being done for them, they have a way of manipulating you. I almost feel like this could be a situation where they're helping you, let's say with housing or something, or they may have, helped you with getting a certain position. But now that you see the person's true colors and you're addressing it for what it is, they looking at you like you crazy for doing so. For every cause is an effect. For every effect, there's a cause, right? That's a universal law. Especially for those of you that you have to make this decision when it comes to a family member. Just stand your ground, connect to the energy of bringing peace to the situation. And bringing peace into a situation as deciding to go your way and them theirs, but do it in a way that you now know you have the overstanding, that you have this level of maturity when it comes to what has been conflicting, or like a conflict of interest, an overstanding of where certain things may have been organized, you know what I'm saying, to distract you. And let it be so. Let it be so by you saying, you know what? Had I not seen this, I wouldn't be doing this. Because it triggered the part of you to want to step outside your comfort zone. That's exactly why they say be careful what it is that you wish for, that you ask for, because you ask and you shall receive. You know what I mean? Let's get one more here. Two of Pentacles in this position. And that's oof. That's a 12-year cycle. 12 to 29-year cycle. This could even lead to certain choices in love having to do with people who were not emotionally intelligent and wise. Show me the King of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Swords fall in reverse on the ground, so you're going to turn her this way. And you have all this clear quartz crystal behind her throne. So it's like you're turning your back completely to this here King of Cups. As you should, if it's going to be in reverse like that. I mean, shit. This may have been from the 11th, as of the 11th, into the 19th. Because that would represent the Seven of Swords. I feel like this may not even be someone physically showing up to you. This is just more so like a revelation that you have. You become crystal clear about it. You have a moment to sit there still about the growth you've had through confrontations. For some of you, you may want to, if you have like tuning forks, use your tuning forks with your clear quartz crystals or your selenite to help you clear out the energy as you're doing your meditative work. And then we got the Ten of Swords. I want to see, because it showed up again here. The game is over and you have lost. There's no way to avoid this reality. Whatever you were working towards has come to an end. It may be strange comfort to know that this is as bad as it gets, and with the 9 swords, things will only improve from this point. From now, there's nothing to do but pick up the pieces and call it a day. But it's more so something that had to be taken away from you in order for you to gain. And as far as the energy, as it states here, the game is over and you have lost, I feel like that's that King of Cups, obviously, that we're clarifying here. But if this is you and you're a water sign and you've been doing some shit you had no business doing, game over. But I ain't laughing at you. I'm just saying. But this is a water sign outside of you. saying playing games. You know what I'm saying? It's like game over, honey. We ain't playing like that no more. It was never the game wasn't even there was no game to begin with. Yep, behind the throne we see the essence of the queen's inner strength. The great crystals clarify, illuminate, and affirm her spiritual connection as well as her intelligence and will. It is not enough for her to conquer, she also wants to understand. The crystals are the symbol of her ethical center. They are also the keepers of her memories. She will hold a grudge until amends are made, but she will remember a favor forever and pay that debt if that time comes. Mm. Wow. Going back to somebody who wants to have things their way and their way only. That if it's not being done their way, they're going to hold a grudge. Just keep in mind, the grudge will only eat you up from the inside out. It will devour thee like a mint would. So that is the inner version of oneself when it comes to holding a grudge. You start to perform the acts of a mint, devouring your own heart. Once again, that could be that King of Cups energy in reverse. That if they don't accept the clarity of what they are actually clear about and hold on to this grudge, one, it's important for you to disconnect because there's nothing else you can do. You can't, this is like wanting to take the lid off someone's potential. They got to do that themselves. That ain't for you to do. For some of you, have been doing that, and this is why you've been so drained. Some people are holding grudges from things they haven't healed from, people who are no longer on this planet, who have already transitioned. But they see that person in you possibly, and it reminds them of it. But that is also for them as a key to go beyond that, heal from that. But instead of taking action on that trigger, they decide to hold on to a grenade without a pin the entire time. If you just release that shit, it blow up everything around you. Some of you have a decision to make that's going to blow up everything around you. But this is what sets you free. Because in that instance is more so like, all right, you've been the one that's been, wanting to assist whoever this is see things differently. But they're built the way that they're built. There's nothing you can do about that. Only them can do something about that. You know what I mean? I would change the title on these, but listen, I'm going to leave it as is. Just know that the one before this one, that one I'll put Age of Aquarius on it. April to June 2023. So that way you have an idea of what we talked about there. But yeah, that's your message. I may have some more messages that come in because I feel like there's for some reason there's a lot of messages that's coming in right now. But I may record those and just post them. But I will see y'all later. Love you.